Welcome to the Future Skills podcast from Universal Skills. In this Best Bits episode, we're going to be talking about getting started in the electrical industry. So we've got some clips from two of our past podcasts, one with Stephanie Ward, who's a female electrician, and Stephen Smith, the director and founder of EV Comply. So let's start off with Stephanie Ward.
How long did your level 2 take? Is that a year?
Yeah, so that's a year, then another year for level 3, and then I did at the end of level 3 did about, I think might have been 6 weeks of regulations.
Yeah.
So that it was 17th.
Yeah.
And then went back in the September and did 2 short courses in the in like testing, inspection and initial verification. So obviously that would get you to a point where you could go off self-employed at that point. I decided to take a break at that point. I was getting married, like save money and stuff like that. I wasn't in a position to be able to like look for full-time employment on not a lot of salary. So I took sort of a year out. I was still working with my father-in-law a couple of days a week, so I still had that hands-on experience. Obviously with like buying a house, getting married and everything like that, I needed that job security just temporarily. And then we got married, and then I started looking for full-time positions as an electrical improver. And then initially to do my MVQ, but I've not actually completed that, and I enrolled in that 3 years ago. So, but I don't actually need that for the job that I do, so I'm not too worried about that. But
so doing the college course, level 2 to level 3, what? Yeah. So would you at that point be a electrician, or do you have to then go on to do your MVQ to be an electrician?
So level 2 and level 3 normally gets you sort of you can apply for jobs within like an improver rate or an electrician rate. So you're not a full-blown electrician. Obviously I went on to get my regulations and obviously my test and inspection. So obviously then I am essentially you're domestically qualified. But obviously it depends on where you're going, because at that point, if you've got your test and inspection, your regulations and obviously your diploma, most governing bodies will take you on as self-employed and will obviously give you the insurance and stuff like that. That's not the route I wanted to go. That was the route that I feel like college was sort of preparing you for. Especially being obviously our whole college course is a lot older. So for a lot of it, like it was a second career, potentially third career. But my initial plan was obviously to go and get fully qualified, get an approved status, but things haven't worked out like that. I haven't completed all my portfolio and stuff like that, but the job that I've got now I absolutely love. I don't need any more qualifications for that. I plan on working my way up with the company. So I'm happy, but if you speak to my mother, she's very disappointed that I haven't completed it. But no, it's just obviously you do what you need to do, and obviously I'm quite happy. I am obviously an electrician. Obviously that doesn't take that away from me just because I haven't got my MVQ.
No. So you leave college, you take a year out, and then you start applying for electrical improver roles, electrical mate roles. Where did that take you?
So I set up a LinkedIn, and then I like applied for the odd job, but I was quite fussy because obviously I didn't know what to expect on site and stuff like that. So I'd literally only apply for jobs that I thought that I was perfect for. I did apply for one on paper. I was absolutely bang on, got a reply back saying I wasn't the right fit without speaking to me, so that obviously knocked my confidence quite a bit. But generally there was a lot of agency work out there, and I obviously wanted full-time, so I didn't actually apply for that many jobs. I connected with someone on LinkedIn who was looking for electricians within the Mansfield area. So I got in contact with her, and then she invited me in for an interview. So I went in for the interview with, it was her and the director of the company. So went in, they gave me like a sheet of 10 questions, I think it was. And then obviously wanted to see all my qualifications and everything like that. And then went from there.
That was really interesting hearing that from Stephanie. It just goes to show that there are employment opportunities at every stage along your journey. You don't have to go all the way to the end before you can get into employment. You can always get into employment and then keep going back, developing as you go along. So thanks for Shani for hosting that podcast. We're now going to hear from Stephen Smith, the director and founder of EV Comply.
I kind of got into electrics quite late, in my late 20s actually. I did the night school, the adult learning, and I wanted to get a trade, and I really wanted to become an electrician. So I managed to do that, and got into working for a decent company, got all the training and started to gain the experience. And then an opportunity came up to go work for a company who was starting a solar division. And I knew this gentleman, and he asked me to come on board and start a solar business within his company. So that's what I did. Started from in the solar, doing, I was the salesman, the surveyor, the installer. I was doing everything. A couple of us have brought someone else on board as well, and we kind of grew that into then, bringing on teams, winning bigger contracts, and then started managing contracts. It was during the solar boom actually, and it was fulfilling, and it was challenging. But I started to learn then how to, manage people, manage subcontractors, and police quality, from installs that were getting done. One thing I learned very, very quickly is once you start subcontracting work out to multiple sources, having things in place to help you police that, and making sure that the quality and the standards are still met. I learned that super important. And, one of the things I introduced even back then was inspecting 100% of installations. Wow. And, mistakes happen on site, and it's sometimes it can't be helped. So policing the quality. So got into that, and then as things started to evolve, got into the energy efficiency side more, looking at retrofit installations, and not just solar. There was all kinds of energy efficiency installations, and then ultimately left that business and set up on my own.
That was a great story from Stephen there. It just goes to show that being in the electrical industry is not just being on the tools. There are lots of areas that you can go into, but those skills do give you a good foundation in the industry. And then your other qualities can really shine and take you in another direction completely. So thanks for listening to this Best Bits episode of the Future Skills podcast. If you'd like to subscribe on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and check out our other content on YouTube. We'll see you in the next one.